Hey, this is René. Welcome back to another video on this channel. Today I will start writing a scalping expert advisor. This is actually the first time for me that I'm really looking into scalping trading bots. I was never a huge fan because of the big issues with trading costs, but in this video I will do this together with you. And directly in the beginning I have to say this will not be an absolute beginner tutorial. I will not explain the programming basics like control structures and variables and stuff like this. You can still follow this video and copy what I do if you're a beginner, but you will probably not understand everything. If you are interested in learning MQL5 programming, you should watch some of the previous tutorials. I have some of them made for absolute beginners, so it's easy to follow along. Or if you want a structured course, check out the link in the video description and you will find a complete course on MQL5 programming. So what will we do in this video? I was thinking about an algorithm to figure out the entry points, and I want to trade breakouts of high or low levels. So we first of all have to figure out pretty much how we can identify them. And my general idea was to start at the very right side of the chart and then scan to the left side, and we will find or we will search for high points like this, for example, where we have at least 3 to 5 or whatever bars before and after the high that are lower. So for example, this would be a high because there are at least 5 bars before this high that are lower and 5 bars after this high that have lower highs. So this would be a high, this would be a high, this would be a high, this would be a high. Also, I want to have a second criteria, which is that it has to be like the highest high in total, starting from the right side. So if you would start at the right side and scan the market, we would first of all find this bar. But the program should realize that there are not enough bars at the right side of this bar here to figure out if it is a high or not. So this would not be valid, but we could still take this high level as a new benchmark for higher highs. So this would be a valid high formation, but since the high of this bar is not above this high, we would not take this into account. Same here, and then we should find this high at some point. This is valid because there are 5 bars before and after that have lower highs, and the high of this bar is above the high of this bar. So this is the first thing that I want to do. So let's start writing a new expert advisor. We open the MetaQuest language editor, create a new expert advisor, and this is our scalping project strategy. A scalping project. I mean, it doesn't really matter how we name it. So we click on next, next, and finish. And this is the new expert advisor. Let me rearrange the code here a little bit so it's written in the style that I'm used to seeing it. And yes, something like this. So obviously, we will place this source code in the onTick function. So whenever we loop through the bars of a chart, we will use a for loop. Also, I want to make this like the X bars to the left and to the right of this high. I want to make it an input variable, so it's also available for optimization. So we can call it bars n. I mean, doesn't really matter how we name it. So we will want to start looping through the chart at bars n, and we will do it as long as I is smaller than 1000 maybe. So, or 1000 is a lot. I mean, we will have to define some point where we do not, where we no longer search for highs. So we can say something like 200 bars. I mean, we could just choose 1000, but let's start with 200. And then we will, of course, increase I after every loop run. So what we want to do here is, let me check if bars n is enough or if we have to choose bars n plus 1. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think we will choose bars n plus 1. So we can say highest high and lowest low. And highest high will be initialized with 0, lowest low with the double max value. Double max. And now we search for a possible new entry level for buy positions. So then we want to calculate the high value at this specific bar. So we can use the I high function for this. And I think we can, let's define a time frame here. Time frame could be period h1. So we can use this here. Time frame and the shift value is I, of course. So we will get the high of this bar, and then we can check if it is the highest of the like the previous 5 and the following 5. If I highest symbol time frame mode high whole array. No, we should start at account is 11, I think, or bars n multiplied with 2 plus 1. And then we have the start at I minus 5. So this should be correct. So we start at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 is our I. So we have 6 minus 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I think it should be correct. I mean, we will see it later on if we test the program. And this is it. So if I highest is equal I, then this high is a valid high. So highest high can be updated. Or first of all, we check if high is greater than highest high. So in this case, we can check if, or we can say that this is our entry high. And open buy or send buy order, something like this. And then we can say afterwards we will update the highest high. Math max, highest high, and high. Something like this. And we want to do the same thing for our sell orders. So in this case, we are searching for the low prices. So I low, I lowest, mode low, of course, the rest can stay the same. And then we check if this low is smaller than the lowest low. In this case, we want to send a sell order, and we update the lowest low. Math min low, lowest low, like this. So this should be okay, I think. And now we can. I think we should put this in separate functions. So we can say something like find high and put the code here, and in this case we do not need this here, and then we can just return this high. And now if we do not find the value, we can just return -1. And now we copy this part again for the find low function, where we of course erase the part for the highs. So like this, and here we want to return the low, and here we want to return -1. Something like this. So what we can do here is already we can let's try this out to see if it's actually working. So I want to print this in the chart real quick and run a test. So scalping project, doesn't matter what market I test this in. So what we see here is we somehow have a highest high at no, this doesn't really seem to work. Yeah, I mean the low makes sense kinda, but the high is completely wrong. So I will have to look into this again. Oh, and I just realized we should start at 0 here, I think, because we could find a higher high before. So we will do something like this. And before we check if this is the highest high of the of X bars, we should also check if I is greater than bars N, like this. If I is greater than bars N, like this. Okay, so let's check this one more time. And maybe we can say here, when we find this high, we will say we want to print this high and we want to print I. So this will help us to figure out what went wrong here. So let me run the program again. Okay, there's this testing error. Let me restart the MT5 and start the test again. So let's figure out what went wrong here. Okay, now we do not find a high, and this I think this makes more sense because in the last 200 bars we do not find a valid high because the highest point is here, but we do not have 5 following lower highs. So yeah, for now this is okay for me. We will test this later on if we also open some positions and everything. So what we can do here is we can, I think we can already open the positions. But first of all, I want to create 2 variables here, buy and sell position, something like this. And now I want to check if, first of all, we will check this only once per bar. Especially for a scalping system, I think it is important to keep the workload for your program really low. And one thing you can always do is to not calculate everything with every single tick, but to do something like calculate only if there's a new bar. So we will just check if there's a new bar here using this mechanism, and then we check if total bars is different to this bars value. We update it, and then we can check here for a new buy or sell signal. So we want to check if buy position is smaller or equal 0. In this case, we want to find a high. So find high, and then if high is greater than 0, we can open a position, and we need the cTrade class for this. Trade MQH, and we can create a object here like this. So let's say trade. I mean, we should probably write. We should probably write a separate function for this. But yeah, first of all, we can start like this. So I will just create a lot size here. I think we should later on make this a variable lot size, which is dependent on the account value. So we do not have to adjust the lot size if we get if the account value is going up or down. So the price should be this high price, of course, and we should probably round it. Double or high is equal to normalized double high digits, or let's say entry here, double entry, and we have entry here now. Then we have the symbol, stop loss TP will be filled later on, and then we can say the expiration time will be, we can calculate this, input int expiration hours, something like this. So we want a order to stay alive for example, 50 hours. Yeah. So we can just go here and calculate the expiration. Expiration is equal to pretty much just the current time. Or we can take the time of the current bar and add these expiration hours. Expiration hours multiplied with period seconds, period H1. Yeah, like this. So we have the expiration time, expiration here, and then we have the chart comment. Yeah, we can just leave this empty for now. So now we can do the same thing, or let us write separate functions for this already. It's I think it's like the better way. Unsigned long, execute by, something like this. Then we put our code in there. I think we will need a entry parameter here where we deliver the entry price. So let's remove this and calculate the expiration time, and then we send the buy stop order, and we can return the result order like this. But since it is a global, we do not even have to return something. We can just check if trade result order is greater than, or we can just say buy position is equal to trade result order. Yes. So here we want to say execute by with a high. So let's give it a quick test and see if we can place a order at the high. Oops, this was a little bit fast, but I think it worked. So as I said in the beginning, this high is not valid because there are no 5 following candles that have a lower high, but as soon as we find them, we should place this order. I think somewhere here it should happen. Whoops. Okay, there it is. And then we can also check if this is not like one candle too late. So these bars have the same high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars following with a lower high, and then we place the order. So this seems to work. And since it is not executed, we cancel it here, and this should be like 50 hours. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, since we placed it here. Okay, this should work. So we can do the same thing for the sell order now, obviously. So we can copy this function and write a execute sell. Entry expiration is all the same, but instead of buy, we say sell stop, and we have the sell position here updated. So here we want to check if sell position is smaller or equal 0. Then we can say double low, find low. If low is greater than 0, we can say execute sell with the low. Something like this. And also, yeah, I think this is correct. So let's run another test. And we should also see this sell stop order. And there it is. And it is already placed here because this is the last low that has 5 bars before it, and after it, it has higher lows. So this seems to work so far. Okay, so what do we do next? Next, we should also take care of resetting like the order ticket. So we can say if buy position is greater than 0 and we are unable to select a position using this ticket, buy position, and we are unable to select a order using this ticket, buy position. In this case, we should reset this ticket, I think. And same, of course, for the sell position. Sell position and sell position. Then we reset the sell position. Okay, this should take care of resetting the order ticket. And then, of course, we will have to add like TP, SL, and the trading stop. And what we can do here is we can say, and we have to do the like the variable lot calculation. But first of all, let's take care of the TP and SL. So we can say TP points something like 200, doesn't really matter. SL points, and then I like to have my trailing stop with at least 2 parameters. I always use like TSL points and TSL trigger points, because I like to define like the starting point for my trailing stop. So if we do it like this, we can now add this calculation, the calculation here. So for the buy position or order, we need to calculate the TP above the entry, of course. So something like this, and we can round this TP digits, and then we have the SL calculation for the stop loss. Of course, here we'll have to subtract the SL points, and we should round this so there are no problems that we do not want to see. So yeah, this is what we can add here, and the trailing stop has to be added in the onTick function, of course. So we will just add TP and SL here. Now let me just copy this block for the execute sell function. So here the calculation is a little bit different, of course. We will have to like exchange these mathematical operations, and then we will have to say SL and TP here. So this is already enough. So right now we should already have a working program that trades the high and low prices. So you can see there are orders, and when these orders are executed or the order is the order expires, the position ticket is resetted, and then yeah, we would see like that we hit either TP and SL if there is a position opened, and we could do this all time, but we do not want to do this, but we want to have a scalping strategy where we also have a trailing stop. We will have to put the trailing stop mechanism in the onTick function, but make sure you do not put it in this if statement, because we want to do this with every single tick and not only with the opening of a new bar. So here, of course, we will have to, I think the easiest way is to write a function for this, process order. What do we do here? I think maybe we should also put this piece of code in this order. So we can write a function for this where we work with the by position and cell position variable as a parameter. So let me take this away and let me write the function. So we can say process position, and there is a parameter of type unsigned long, and this is the position ticket, of course. So what we do here is, first of all, we want to check if position ticket is smaller or equal 0. In this case, we can return right away. Then we want to check if we are able to select a order, because in this case we also want to return, because we do not want to process this trailing stop for an order, and then in the end we will check if we are able to select a position, or we can check select. I want to check if we are able to select this position using this ticket number. And if we're able to select the position, then, now first of all, if we are not able to select the position, then we know that we can reset this position ticket and return. And if we are able to select a position, then we want to process the trailing stop, I think. So we will see later on if this works. So first of all, we will check the position type. If it is a position type by, order, or cell. Position type by here. Or if it is a position type cell order. And then we can see here if, oh, and we need the bid and ask price. So we will need the bid price here. And the ask price for the cell position. Symbol ask. Like this. And then we want to check if this bid price is greater than the position price, the position open price plus the TSL trigger points, because this is like the point where we want to start processing the trailing stop. Then of course we will have to calculate the trailing stop. It's the bid price. It's the bid price minus the TSL points, and we should round it, of course, so we do not have any problems with unwanted digits after the decimal point. And then we will check for a buy position if this SL is greater than the position stop loss. And in this case, we want to modify the position. So we would say if trade position modify, and we will use this position ticket, the new SL, and the old TP. Yeah, one more like this. I mean, we could have a print message here, but yeah, in this case, we do not really need it. So we can just remove this if statement also. So something like this. And now we do the same calculation pretty much, just a little bit different here for the sell positions. So first of all, we will have to check if the ask is smaller than the position open price minus the TSL trigger points multiplied with the point value. Then we calculate the SL using the ask price now, because this is a sell position. Something like this, and then we have normalized double, SL, and digits. And then we check if SL is smaller than the position stop loss, or position stop loss is equal to 0, of course, because this is a sell position. And then we say position modify position ticket, SL position take profit. Something like this. And this should take care of the trailing stop and resetting the position tickets. Okay, so if we run this test again, we should see that the positions now are managed with this trailing stop. Okay, the position was opened and closed already. I think this is not updated yet. So another sell stop already. Okay, there were some modifications of this order and we are still waiting for the exit signal. Okay, yeah, we made a small profit here. Yeah, but I mean, you should see that this trailing stop is working. I mean, I implemented it like this probably 100 times, so I'm pretty sure I do not make too many mistakes here. And yeah, you can see like this system is already working as it should. And now we can take care of some more things. So the base system is already working, but we can still do some more things. Set, I think we have to set the deviation is, I think, for the slippage. So let's have a look here. Deviation, set deviation. So if we open a order by limit by stop, let's have a look at this. Reset red code. Is the deviation used here? Order open. Clear structures, order type of by. Where's the deviation even used? I think we cannot really set like a maximum slippage for stop orders. This kind of makes sense. Yeah, we are using the order open function, not the position open. And here the deviation doesn't have any role. So we do not even have to bother about the deviation points because we cannot use it anyways. So the slippage cannot really be reduced here. So let's check. We can, what we can do is, can we add a spread filter? I mean, it doesn't make sense to check the spread when we place the order, because at this point the spread is completely irrelevant, but we would have to check the spread when the order is executed, and this is not possible. But what we can do is we could limit like the working hours of the program and add a time filter. But I think I will I do it? I think I won't do it now. Yeah, let me think some more seconds here. So you can see if I write a program that's a little bit more complex, I cannot like just write it down. I have to think about what makes sense, what doesn't make sense, and I think I will not cut like all the waiting time out of this video, so you can see that how system or expert advisor developing really works. Okay, there's one thing we still have to do, and this is using the risk percent the variable lot size. So we want to calculate like with a fixed risk in percent for every trade, which is dependent on the account currency. So what we can do here is we can, I copied a function already that we will use here. Let's paste it somewhere here, which is like this function. I mean, if you are interested in how this works, you will already find a video for this on the YouTube channel. So you should search for something like variable lot size or calculate lots for expert advisor or something like this, and you will find a video where I explain this function in detail. So it just uses pretty much the tick size, the tick value, and the lot step value for the current chart symbol, and will take these values to like calculate the lot size which is based on the distance starting from the entry to the SL price, and of course you will have a risk percentage which is based on your account balance. So yeah, we can now use this calculate lots function to calculate the lots here. So we can say the lots are calculated for the lots if we can see if risk percent is greater than 0, then we use this variable lot size calculation. So we can say calculate lots, and we need the SL points, which is entry. Oh no, it's SL minus entry for a sell position. And of course we will have to write it like this. And now we copy this and exchange the variable here. And now we also use this here for the buy position. Of course, for the buy position, we have to write entry minus SL. Okay, this should be enough to use this variable lot size. So let's see here if this works. And wait, I'm just wondering, why do we see two positions here so fast directly after each other? Yeah, this is something we should maybe take care of, because first of all, the program trades this low, and then the second low is placed, the second order is placed at this low, I think. There's like nearly no difference. So maybe we should take care of this. I mean, we probably do not really want to trade both of these two levels if they are so close next to each other, right? But yeah, this is something else we will have to look at. But here you can see now the lot size it changes, and it is increasing and decreasing. It depends on like the how far the account is in profit or how far it is in the negative numbers. And yeah, you can see we steadily increase the count value here. So we increase the lot size for the trades, and yeah, it is still increasing. Okay, so this is okay for now. So like coming back to the question I had before, do we have to take care of this, what we see there before, where we have multiple orders like really fast after each other? So here we see this again, multiple orders placed at some low levels. Maybe we should say that the distance to the level where we place the order has to be at least a certain amount of points. So we could say something like minimum order distance or something. Order distance points. Something like this, maybe also 200. And then in the execute buy and execute sell function, before we send the order, or we can do it up here already. So we can check if if the current bid price, we will have to calculate this. So double bid. Oh no, it's the ask price in this case for a buy order. So it's symbol info double, symbol ask, something like this. If ask is smaller than entry minus order distance point multiplied with points, then it's okay. And if it is greater, then it is not okay. So in this case, we return -1 or we just return. And now we do the same thing pretty much for the execute cell function. We just have to modify this a little bit. In this case, we use the bid price and we check if bid is smaller than entry plus order distance points. In this case, we return. So if we run this test again now, we should see that we make less orders because we will need some distance before we place the orders. And we will have less trades. I mean, we would have to test if this is even better or if it's maybe even worse. But this is something you always have to test. And yeah, you cannot really see this in like a quick run like we do it here. I mean, the equity will always look like quite nice in a backtest scenario because I think in a backtest we cannot like it doesn't really work with these scalping strategies because you do not really have slippage in backtests, and this is like one of the most important factors for your scalping because the slippage is like when you have a stop loss and the price just jumps above this stop loss level. This is what we call slippage, and then you get a execution that is not as good as you expected, and this can have a huge impact on your performance. So this is something you would really have to look into. So you can see with this calculation method based on real ticks, we already get a result that is not that good. And this will be even worse in a live trading scenario. So we can change some more things here. We can, for example, increase the risk because people sometimes say in the comments below the video that like 5% in a year or 3% in a year or 10% in a year is not enough. But these people have to understand, like, it is not about how much return you have with your signal or system, because you can just increase the lot size and it will increase the outcome. I mean, this is so easy to understand, obviously, because now you can see bigger lot size, more reward. Yeah. Actually, so this is like really easy. So this is how you can build a scalping strategy like this. I mean, this is probably not finished, but I think it is already a working program that we can use, or that I can use to set up a demo and probably also a live trading account sometime later to figure out if this actually if this might work, or if the impact of the slippage and the costs, if this is just too much. So I think for now I will end this video. Hope you were able to take away one or two things. I mean, I didn't explain too much because I had to think like in between of the lines that I wrote. But if you are a little bit more advanced, you will know what all of this stuff does. And this was more about like explaining the structure of a program and how you can approach a program. So yeah, I will just scroll through the source code again. You can see like in the onTick function, there's not a lot of code, and this is what you want to see for a scalping system. You want to make it as efficient as possible, and I'm not sure if this is as efficient as possible. Maybe there are ways to improve it, but I mean, right now I do not really see ways. You could probably increase the speed of this find high and find low function, but it doesn't really matter because this is only executed once per bar. So if you really want to increase like the performance of the program, the process position function is the most important one because this is the function that is executed with every tick. But here I do not really see a way to improve it because we will have to check this with every single tick to be sure that the stop loss is modified as soon as possible. Okay, so yeah, on tick function, really easy. Then have a look at this process position function. Also not too complex. We have a reference parameter here with a reference to the position ticket variable. Then we check if it is smaller or equal 0. Then we can leave the function already. So we do not have too many executions of the function if it's not necessary. And then if we know that this position ticket is the position ticket of an order, then we can also return, because in this case, yeah, we do not have to do anything here. I think there's like one problem which might be there if this order is sent, but it is not placed if the next tick is there. So we should probably change something here and add this piece of code in a in another function on trade transaction. We probably should use this function here to see if an order is executed. So let me add this here real quick. So what we do here is we check if transaction, wait, I'm not using this function too often, but type transaction or trade transaction order add. If we added a order, and then we should check the set expert magic. We will need a magic number for this, so we can add this somewhere here. And then we will have to check if transaction then we should be able to select a order. So we can say if order magic is equal to magic, then it's a order that was placed by this this program, and then we can check if order, come on, give me the preview here. Nope, there's a problem somewhere. Yes, I forgot to delete this closing bracket. So if order type is equal to order type by stop, in this case it is the buy position that we have to update with the order ticket, and if it is order type sell stop, then we will have to update the sell position. So this is a way to make sure that the position, that these variables are only updated if the position is really, or if the order is really added. So let's check if this is okay or if I made some mistakes here. I'm not quite sure. Wait, there's a lot of orders, but I think this is correct, right? So yeah, everything seems to work. So, oh no, nothing is working here. So this is not looking good. So wait, let me check this. Do we modify the positions? No, we do not. So I think I used the wrong type here, transaction. What is it? Should be type, right? Wait, let me read this here in the documentation. Transaction type. No, this is correct. So if there was a order added, so let me check this. Print order. Oh, I forgot to select a order. Probably this is the problem. So if order select something like this, and only if we selected a order, we can check if the order magic number is equal to this magic variable that we created. So let me run this test again, and now we should see that the trading stop is working. I hope so. And yeah, I think we have the operations for the modification of the orders, and this is a better or safer way of like updating your position or order ticket variable. Okay, now we receive the same result, I think. So this should work. And this what we did here, this is mainly important for like a live trading scenario, because if you are using the program in a demo or a testing scenario, the orders are pretty much always executed like right away because there's no real delay. But in a live trading scenario, your broker might delay the order execution or the placement of the order. And in this case, if the next tick appears before the order is placed, then you might have a problem if you reset it and then you will place a new order or the trading stop doesn't work. So then you should have a mechanism like this here. Okay, so this is it. So so this function is used, have a look at this, to process the trading stop and to reset the order ticket up here. And then we have this execute buy function. This is just to execute the buy position at a chosen entry level, or to like place the buy stop order here. And we have an expiration time, and we have some other stuff like calculating the lot size and the TP and SL. We did this several times in previous tutorials, so I cannot explain this again. And this is the execute sell, pretty similar to the execute buy, just for the sell positions. This is the calculate lot size. Again, I made a similar video only talking about this function pretty much, so you should search for it if you have any questions about this function. And then we have these find high and find low functions, where we just scan like the market, and maybe we can even make this look back candles. I mean 200 is okay, we can like just hard code it, doesn't really matter. So this is like how you can build a easy scalping program. Hope you were able to follow along and maybe you can use this. I will set up a demo account on a server with this program now, I think, and then we'll see if this works in a demo, and if it does, I can maybe take this to a live trading account, and we will just see if this might work, and then work a little bit more on this strategy also. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked it and maybe you can use it. Also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, and like the videos if you want to see more of these. So have a great time and good trades. Bye bye.